Ready?
Action.
Okay, here we go. We're with Pete Bentley of Pikes Vineyard. Is it Pikes Vineyard or Pikes?
Pikes Winery.
Pikes Winery,
Yeah.
very good, of the Clare Valley of Australia. And we just finished a wine education series class, which we had, about 20 people here tonight. And the wines just showed fantastic. You did a really great job. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Doing this. But I want to focus on two wines tonight. And I think they're sort of classic Australian style is the Riesling. And tell me a little bit about what people can expect from an Australian Riesling, and especially yours.
Well, generally Riesling in Australia comes in a dry style. So we don't have the sweeter German styles of Riesling. The Clare Valley is famous for Riesling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you looked at the Clare Valley, we do grow Shiraz and we grow Cabernet and lots of other different varieties. But Riesling is what the valley is best known for. Certainly what we're best known for.
Wow.
There is no doubt that our traditional Riesling, which you are holding there, is our flagship wine. Mm-hmm. And it is something we're really proud of. And it's a great style of Riesling. It's a great food Riesling, which is really important. It's something that goes extremely well with, particularly with seafood and,
mm-hmm.
and something that has a little bit of spice. It works beautifully with. We're able to grow and produce dry Riesling. We're in the northern part of the Clare Valley in the Polish Hill River, which is about 400 metres above sea level. So we get a sort of a cool altitude. But we have lovely warm days. So we get fruit ripeness and we get those nice citrus tones and notes on the wine. But we have very cool nights, which have a lovely brings the wine a really lovely natural acidity. And the other thing that we have that a lot of regions don't is we have like a blue slate that runs under our brown clay soil. It's a billiard table type slate, and it produces a minerality and almost a chalkiness in our wine, which helps with the dryness of the finish.
Absolutely. This is definitely, if you like dry Riesling, and we're talking absolutely bone-dry Riesling, Australian Riesling is where to go, and Pikes is probably one of the best I've had. Great acidity. It'll cut through just about anything you could ever want to cut through. 12% alcohol by volume, so you're not looking at something that's it's almost Germanic in its style. I mean, you look at German Rieslings in the sense that a dry German Riesling is going to run around 12%, maybe 12.5%, like that. And I mean, absolutely, if you want bone dry Riesling, this is bone dry Riesling. Don't look for any residual sugar in there at all, hardly.
No, it's about 4 grams per litre residual sugar,
Yeah.
which makes it on the dry scale. Certainly very dry.
Very, very dry.
And it's interesting you touch on Germany. I mean, Germany is certainly not a one-dimensional wine growing regions in Germany, but they do tend to grow dry Riesling. Or a Cabernet style, and the sweeter styles, obviously. But after that, they grow a little Pinot Noir, and they dabble with red wine. But the amazing,
just dabble.
but the amazing thing about the Clare Valley, which I think probably talks volumes about our region over and above anything else, is that we grow that Riesling next door to generous Shiraz.
Wow.
We grow it, and when I say next door, I mean next vineyard site. I mean, you might be 20, 30 metres away from growing beautiful, generous Shiraz or full-body Cabernet.
Right.
And you really are in the same little sub-region. You're sometimes within the same block or the same vineyard. So that's why I think makes the Clare Valley stand out as a region.
Yeah, it does. Well, speaking of Shiraz, we also tasted.
Strangely enough, we're having some right now.
Absolutely, this is the Shiraz, and one thing you'll find about the Pikes Shiraz, it is not, and I don't know, even you made mention of this. It's not what you would call your typical Aussie Shiraz.
No.
Could you explain that?
Yeah, well, I guess most of the Shiraz that we see, particularly here in the US, is it's not just full bodies. It's overblown. Mm-hmm. It's big. It's rich. It's gutsy. It's high in alcohol. It's high in flavour. Quite voluptuous if you like it like that. But for me, I find the alcohol levels 15.5%, 16%, a little bit too. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, but I find that a little bit too much. And the other thing is, I like to drink my wine and have it with food. Or even if I'm not having it with food, I want to be able to enjoy a glass of it or even a bottle. I find those really big, super ripe Shirazes tend to knock me around a little bit, and you can't drink a lot of it, and they don't necessarily go well with food. They tend to dominate what you're eating. So what we've produced is Shiraz that is a little bit more elegant, has a little bit of spice, a little bit more character to it, I guess, than the big fruit bombs or the big jammy styles that you get often from Australia.
Very well balanced wine, good acidity, good structure, alcohol 14.5, which is an anomaly for Australian wines, Australian Shiraz in particular. Beautiful spice, great finish on all these wines. So we want to thank you again for coming to beautiful Smithfield and entertaining my folks.
Yeah.
And we thank Elizabeth for taking this video.
Excellent. Well
thank
done.
you. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.